What's up, you guys? This is a special little video and a little bit different than normal because I wanted to take a minute to say thank you. I planned on doing a special little video for when I reached 100 subscribers and I thought, that's gonna take a while. I have a little time to plan. And then suddenly you all came out of nowhere, and as of recording this video, I have 127 subscribers, which is pretty insane to me because I was excited when I had like 15 subscribers and I thought it was pretty cool that 15 people wanted to watch my stuff. But now there's 127 of you, and I just think that's amazing, and so I wanted to say thank you so much for coming to my channel and being a part of what I hope is the beginning of a great community where we can all cook and experiment and learn from our mistakes and learn from each other, and in the end make some amazing stuff. And so today, to say thank you for 100 subscribers, I wanted to make you guys a 100-layer cake. Now, in true Cooking for All fashion, I really had no idea what I was doing. But I got online and did some searching, and I found Ann Reardon's 100-layer cake recipe from How to Cook That, and I'll link that here in the video somewhere, as well as down in the description. And turns out it's actually 100 layers of crepes. And so to start, I had to figure out how to make crepes. In the recipe, she says it's easy to use a blender to mix the ingredients, and so I got my blender out, and then it turned out to be too small for the amount of ingredients I had to mix, and so then I got my stand mixer out, and I filled that up, and then that turned out to not be big enough either, and it couldn't really mix it because I couldn't turn it on high enough without it going everywhere, so then I had chunks of flour in my crepe mixture, and so I got the blender right back out and poured the crepe mixture in little batches into the blender and made a nice, smooth crepe batter. Now, the only non-stick pan that I have is a small one, but I thought that's fine. I don't need a huge crepe cake. I also never made crepes before in my life, so I had to figure out what size they needed to be, how much batter to use. The first few turned out a little bit messy, but I quickly got the hang of it, and then I was making crepes like a beast. And then I made more crepes. And more crepes. And more crepes. And more crepes. And more crepes. Until I finally ended up with 100 crepes, and yes, I counted them. Now, after all the crepes are done, I didn't just want to stack them up because that's just a stack of crepes. That's not really a cake. You have to fill them with something like Nutella. Did you guys see that article that came out a few weeks ago, and it was like, Nutella is not a health food, and the rest of the world was like, duh? Anyway, I bought the biggest jar that the store had to offer, and I started filling crepe by crepe by crepe. They're not quite as sturdy, as like a real cake, and it was pretty hard to fill it without it sort of sliding everywhere, but I managed, at least for a while. And then I started to notice that the bottom layers of the crepe cake were kind of like starting to push out. They were a little bit wider than the crepe I had on top, and I thought, oh crap, they're breaking. But I couldn't stop there, and so I kept going, and just hoping. After a while, I realized that I was going to run out of Nutella before this was over, and I couldn't really go to the store and buy more Nutella because, like I mentioned earlier, I already bought the biggest jar that they had, and I'm not some kind of millionaire, so I started doubling up my crepes. And I thought that would help, considering the structural integrity of this crepe cake was already kind of just going downhill. I thought maybe a few less layers of Nutella would be okay. And more than once I tried to sort of move the cake and try to keep it together, but much like my life, it sort of fell apart despite any intervention from me. I thought maybe I could snap a quick pic before it fell over, but as you can see, as I'm trying to take my camera off of my tripod, it just slowly gave up on life. Oh, but I tried. And you know what I got out of this? I really know how to make crepes now, and I can make crepes pretty much whenever I want, because now I know how to do it. The recipe is really good, and they're actually pretty easy to make so long as you have your non-stick pan. So I didn't end up with a perfect, beautiful 100-layer cake for you guys, but I really tried my best. But, even though it fell over, it's crepes that are filled with Nutella, so it's frickin' delicious anyway. You guys have shown me more support than this cake ever could have hoped to. It really, really means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much for being here. It still totally blows my mind that there's over 100 of you here now, and I really hope that we can all learn this stuff together, even if sometimes the cakes fall over. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!